What up, guys? James from Bolt Bros here. Gonna give you a full Week 7 recap. We had 6 teams on bye week this week. We had the Panthers, Bengals, Cowboys, Jets, Texans, and the Titans on a bye week. Let's get into Week 7. Jaguars beat the Saints 31-24. Saints had a perfectly crafted drive to get a TD to tie it up late in the game, but Foster Monroe dropped a perfectly thrown ball by Derek Carr in the end zone. They did have one more shot to get a touchdown on a 4th down, but couldn't convert. Threw it away to end the game with a chance to go to OT or go for 2 to win it. Man, hate seeing that. Bears beat the Raiders 30-12. Wild stat. Brian Hoyer's last win as a starter was back in 2016. 16 straight games in a row that he's not won. Also, family trust respect all day, every day. Also, Bears' first win at home since September of last year. Whew. Ravens beat the Lions 38-6. Woo! Straight up beat down by the Ravens. Lamar Jackson had a day going 21-27, 357 yards, 3 passing TDs with 36 yards rushing with 1 TD. This game wasn't close at any time of the game. Woo! Browns beat the Colts 39-38. Ticky-tack call on the illegal contact versus the Colts. Amari Cooper did a pretty good job on getting that call after PJ Walker got straight buried. Then the ref throws a flag for a pass interference. The ball wasn't even catchable. These refs got to stop with these BS flags. This is the picture right here. Where is that ball? How is it possible for him to even catch that ball? Stretch Armstrong would have had a hard time trying to catch that ball. It ain't even in the picture, guys. Man, come on now, refs. Get better. Falcons beat the Bucs 16-13. For a minute there, it was a game where who doesn't screw up the most will win the game. 2 red zone turnovers for the Falcons. Can't happen. Young Waco came in to rescue the Falcons to knock in the game winner, set up by a great drive by Ritter to get in field goal range. Falcons are in first place in the NFC South. Woo, here we go. Patriots beat the Bills 29-25. Something about this Bills team is not clicking. They just seem to find ways to lose and not play consistent. Something ain't clicking there. And after 7 weeks into the season, you should know your team by this time. Something ain't working there for the Bills. Giants beat the Commanders 14-7. Snorefest. But the Giants got a win versus a good team. It really seemed like the Giants missed Barkley bad. That had to be a game where the Giants needed a win to be able to get this season in the right track. But what in the world is Xavier McKinney wearing here? Homie looked like he's wearing some scrubs, working at a nurse at the local hospital. What is going on with fashion these days? Am I seeing this right? Does that look like scrubs to you? Seahawks beat the Cardinals 20-10. Seahawks had 3 turnovers in this game and gave all the opportunity for the Cardinals to capitalize. But the Cardinals have a terrible offense, so they can't score. Maybe it doesn't help if you smack the refs like DJ Humphrey did here in this game. But then again, maybe it's going to knock a little sense in these refs to not making these bogus calls all the time, man. What is going on? Steelers beat the Rams 24-17. Wild stat. Steelers are 4-2 this season, and over the last 15 games, they are 11-4. Tomlin is an absolute stud as a coach and knows how to win, even with Matt Canada as your offensive coordinator. Remember that, Steelers fans. Chiefs beat the Chargers 31-17. Chargers gave up about 483 total yards to the Chiefs, and the broadcast showed Taylor Swift for any good play that the Chiefs did. So that had to be about 48 times during the game. I could see you, and now we got bad blood, and I'm over it with this love story, Taylor Swift. Also, Chargers need to shake it off with this loss. Broncos beat the Packers 19-17. Wild stat, Packers have had the lead going into the 4th quarter in 3 of the 4 losses, and one of those leads had a double-digit lead. Also, first time since 2006 that the Packers started the season 2-4. You think they miss Aaron Rodgers a little bit out there? Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17. Eagles did me wrong with giving that late touchdown to Gainwell instead of Swift for my fantasy team. I ended up losing by less than a point. That's messed up, Eagles. And also, wild stat, Eagles had 0 penalties all game. 0 penalties. How is that even possible? To top off the week, an absolute shocker of a game where the Vikings beat the Niners 22-17 on Monday Night Football. The Vikings kept it interesting with the missed field goal late in the 4th quarter to give the Niners a chance to win it with just over a minute left in the game. Purdy couldn't get it done and threw a pick to end the game. Ouch. Wild stat, Niners are now 0-36 under Kyle Shanahan when trailing by 8+ points in the fourth quarter in regular season or playoffs. Yikes! Bad stat all around for Kyle Shanahan. Ouch. That's our Week 7 recap of all the NFL games this week. Wild week all around. A lot of bad teams beat the good teams this week. Fun to be able to see all that happen. A lot of season ahead of us, guys. On to Week 8. Let's go.